want to switch gears here because another headline that made it across the country and that sort of shocked passengers was Southwest. Southwest no longer going to fly your bags for free, as we might have heard. And right now, joining me is Points Path founder and CEO Julian Keel. Hi, Julian. Thank you. How long did Southwest offer these free bags before?
Oh, to remember that many years ago, all airlines offered free bags with your ticket. And only about 10 to 15 years ago did airlines begin to unbundle that feature from their basic airfares. Southwest at the time stuck with the old system and has had it ever since up until the announcement yesterday. Starting May 28th, you will no longer get two free checked bags with Southwest.
Oh, what a bummer, right? I used to fly Southwest a lot. So what is this new policy now, and really who does this affect?
So basically, this affects anyone buying or changing their ticket on Southwest after May 28th. If you already have a ticket booked, you will still be grandfathered into the old bags. But once you get past that May date, then if you make a change to your ticket or if you buy new tickets, you will have to pay for any checked bags. Now, a lot of people like you and like me say, "Oh my gosh, that's awful. I have to pay for checked bags." The upside theoretically should be that the prices of Southwest tickets fall. The reason that Southwest is doing this is that they have, as I said, routinely bundled in the cost of those bags, the cost of them carrying them, transporting them into the cost of their airfare. So with being able to pull that out, the idea is that they can lower their fares and be more competitive with their other carriers.
Why make this decision now?
Yeah, it's interesting. Southwest has had a lot of changes in the last few months that they've been announcing. There's a lot of things going on here. There is an activist investor who is forcing a lot of these changes on Southwest, pushing them to make the changes. The real problem is that the Southwest business model, which relied on being somewhat unique and different than other airlines in the U.S., has possibly hit its maximum, has possibly capped out at how far they can grow that. So certainly some changes were needed. Now, it's a big question as to whether these are the changes that were needed, because essentially Southwest is becoming more like all the other airlines at a time when really differentiation is actually important. So I personally am not sure that this is the right choice for Southwest, but that's at least the theory behind what they're doing.
Yeah. It's the whole bags fly free. Can't say that anymore, really. Want to weigh in, Julian, on what this does to the airline industry as we approach spring break and summer travel?
Yeah, Southwest's competitors, Delta and United, yesterday when this announcement happened, were certainly, reacted as, sort of welcome to the club. And, I think they do believe that they will get some travelers who would have chosen Southwest, some of those Southwest fans who exclusively flew the airline. But what it really does mean overall, when it comes to spring break travel, and obviously that time frame is upon us at this point. So if you haven't booked, you need to be booking right now today. It should theoretically have no effect on spring break because those tickets are already booked. Again, the check bags fly free doesn't happen until May 28th. However, after that, people who maybe didn't book Southwest because they had a higher base airfare may be more inclined to book them. Most travelers, the first thing they book on is price. And then after that, convenience, whether it's a nonstop connection, that sort of thing. So those folks perhaps didn't book Southwest in the past because Southwest's fares were higher. Now, if their fares do come down and match the others in the industry because they no longer include checked bags, that we may find that people who didn't usually consider Southwest do start considering them. On the flip side, those Southwest loyalists who are used to getting those free checked bags and all the unique things about Southwest, those folks may now start to look at other carriers. So that's where it comes down to: are you gaining more than you're losing, Southwest? That I think that is not clear yet.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you think about budget and those budget conscious travelers, especially those with families, a great discount airline is Southwest. So, any tips for the budget conscious traveler?
Absolutely. And this applies even to spring break travel upcoming here quickly if you haven't booked. First of all, as everyone knows, the key to getting a good deal is flexibility and also just constantly checking. Now, fortunately, there's a lot of tools out there that can help you now find a good deal. And I can talk about a few of those. But when it comes to flexibility, you need, especially if you're looking to book spring travel, and again, we're already here in almost mid-March, you need to be flexible. You need to be able to adjust your travel dates, maybe leave a day before, come back a day later, whatever it might be, but also within the days that you're traveling. Choose those early morning flights or those late night flights where there's lower demand. That usually equates to lower prices. Maybe you make that connection instead of getting the nonstop. One of the things also I love to do when it comes to flexibility is be flexible about my destination. A tool I use all the time is Google Flights. When you go to Google Flights, you can put in where you're leaving from and then an entire state or region or even continent that you would consider going to. So Europe or Asia or Arizona, and see all of the different deals to cities within that region, and then choose from there maybe where you want to go. So be flexible about where you're going. Those are all great ways to save money on airfare, not just now in spring break, but all of the time.
I like that. That's for the ultimate traveler and adventurer, right? That idea of spontaneity.
People say, "Oh, I have to go to this one destination." And then they look at the airfares and they happen to be expensive during the time they want to go, maybe because it's a very popular destination. Open up your horizons a little bit. Take a look at other options. Don't necessarily be so set on where you want to go. The world is a really big place. There's so many fantastic places you can go. So let the price of your ticket dictate where you go. You might find somewhere new that you love and you'll save some money in the process.
Going, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Good idea. Julian Keel, thank you so much. Points Path founder on the latest headline here with Southwest no longer letting your bags fly for free. Not until May 28th, though.